I think I'm a firm believer in sort of habits and rituals, and from a sort of agency point of view, I think particularly us, we're a small team, and I have a dual role, but everyone's getting pulled in a million different directions. So it's important to have some set points and habits that you try and repeat every week to make sure that you're doing it, because it's easy to sort of put it on the back burner whilst you're busy, in particular. And then there's lots of things really, but the most fruitful stuff comes from building those relationships with people, and so I think it's widely known that you get the most work from the clients that you're already working with. So any time spent looking at businesses and trying to see where things might go, that's proved really successful for us in the past. And just making those suggestions, helping people with their job. And then I think the other thing that I would suggest is, and it's Nick and Alan, I think, started it ages ago when they wrote a letter to, I don't know whether I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to. They wrote one to Steve Jobs and one to Michael Wolff, and Michael replied. But that idea of sort of going, I feel we're really passionate about this, and let's just have a go. So I think in 5 years here, I've probably written maybe, I think, 10 real heart and soul letters with absolutely no reply. There's nothing, no goes. But then there have been occasions as well where it doesn't happen straight away, but somehow you open a channel of communication and something comes in. So those three things of, I think, method and habits, and getting some good systems in place to make sure you're doing the right things. Looking at your clients that you've already got, but also sort of dreaming a little bit about what would be great, or where could we apply our skills in a really, and trying to make sure you're balancing all of those three, or getting the proportions right.
I totally agree with that. I think having a contact, the middle one of those is really, really important from a new business point of view. It's having the discipline of a contact strategy. Who do we know? Who should we be reconnecting with? Who should we be talking to? And making it systematic, so you kind of work. You literally just say hello to a lot of people, and just be friendly to a lot of people. Yeah. And sometimes they're going, oh yeah, that's we haven't talked for a while. We got something really interesting here that we should be talking to you about.
I think there's an element of pragmatism as well that's involved, because there's so many amazing studios and agencies out there. And I think sometimes you might find yourself on a pitch list or something, thinking, why are we here, or what is it we bring? So I think working to understand what makes you different, or what your offer is, I think it's really hard to do. I think that's, again, another universal truth. It's really difficult to put your finger on. But if you can do that, then like we're trying to do with businesses, you differentiate and you stand apart a little bit, and it makes the decision to choose you easier.
I think also just not getting set in your ways. I think we're trying we try things all the time.
Yeah.
Some of them might work for us. We did something we're really interested in is how we use short form video as a way of, but in a personalised way. But I'm not going to talk about that because otherwise I'll give it all away. I think it's quite interesting that people don't want to communicate in the same way as they did before, and try and find new ways to get through there's often quite a lot of barriers between you and somebody who actually really wants to talk to you. It's often how finding an unusual way to break down those barriers.